Our next presentation today is from Distinguished Toastmaster Brad Korbo. Brad is the club's Vice President of Education. His goal is to have every member sign up for roles for up to 5 meetings in advance. To achieve that goal, Brad needs all of our help. Today, Brad will be sharing some tips on how we can use the meeting agenda, emails, and the agenda in our club's website to volunteer easily for roles at upcoming meetings. Brad, too, has been a Toastmaster for over 30 years, and he has a lot of experience with orientating new Toastmasters and with using the free Toast Host website. Mr. Timer, Brad has asked for the lights green at 3 minutes, yellow at 5 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. Please join me in welcoming our Vice President of Education, Brad Korbo, with his demonstration of how we can use tools to easily sign up for meeting roles. Brad.
Well, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Well, today I'll be starting off by showing you an example of a meeting agenda that I sent to myself, but normally goes to everybody. We usually send 2 of these every meeting. And first I'll show you how you can use that to quickly sign up or show your intent for the next meeting. And then I'll move on to the actual Free Toast Host website for the Wild Oats Club and how you can use that once you're signed into the website to, again, sign up for roles for that next meeting or several meetings into the future, and to sort of figure out, well, what roles do I want to sign up for in, let's say, the next 5 meetings and what it might look like. I'll start off with the meeting agenda. So I sent myself a agenda for our next meeting. Our agendas, I typically add the theme, what roles need to be filled, and some ideas on how you can use the agenda email to be able to quickly make a decision. The easiest way to ensure that something is followed through on is to actually do it right away. You get this the first time you see the email, November 15th, yes, I can attend. So what would you want to do? Well, one of the suggestions I have, if you don't have a role, confirm that at least you're attending or not attending, yes or no, and that's where the yes, no link comes in on the agenda email. So you'll see that and click on one of those. And if you do nothing else, that really helps me as the Vice President of Education and your Toastmaster to be able to plan the next meeting. Other things that you can do, it's listed on here. Is, well, if you don't do that, at least you can sign up for a role if you have an idea that you want to sign up for a role. And just going down to the bottom here, I am signed up as an evaluator, but I could sign in for the timer. So I just click on the timing and I'll show you what happens. So you'll see an email like this. It says it's to take role and a bunch of numbers. So that click on send and that role will be assigned to you. Moving back, another thing that you can do, so for next week, I've signed up as a speech evaluator. I can confirm or I can drop. So if I were to drop that role again, I get an email that I need to respond to, drop the role, hit send, and that role is dropped. If I want to confirm, I just hit the confirm button and the same thing happens. I get to confirm and I might as well confirm it right now while I'm done. Oh, except I never practiced that. It stopped sharing. Okay. There we go. I'll just move that back up. And I will eventually be signed up or confirmed for that role. Another important thing that I put in here is if you're a speaker, add your path project and your introduction, and I'll show how you can do that in the actual meeting agenda. you'll have to go to the agenda to be able to do that. So I'll move on to the meeting agenda. So I have the meeting agenda for next week, November 15th. I mentioned in the email, we have openings for topic master, general evaluator, and timer. So again, are you attending the meeting? If you're in there, that's one of the, I guess, the most basic things you can do. Are you attending? Yes, no, or uncertain. I would say suggest putting yes in if you're not sure if you're going to be there, you want to fill a role, you're not sure what role, or you're not sure if you're actually going to be there, but you're planning on it, just put yes, and that'll give myself and the Toastmaster an opportunity, an understanding and where you will be for the next meeting. So it's, we are a communication organization, and this is one way you can help to communicate what your intents are for each of our meetings. Another area that you can do, again, just signing up. So I can sign up for timer quite easily. Just push the button. Poof, there I am. I'm the timer. I can confirm it just like that. Poof, I'm signed up. So then I know as a VP Ed and a Toastmaster that you're going to be there for the role. And the same thing happens. Things change. You can't make it to the meeting. The easiest way to communicate to the club that you can't attend is just hit the little X beside your name on the timer roll, and it's available for somebody else. Now looking at, another area to look at, you can also, if you can't make it to a meeting, or and we would like you to be able to put in whether you're attending in person especially. And on Zoom versus in person, we have 2 people there today, but if we have to have at least 2 people there. So we need to know that as soon as possible, if you are able to attend and if you are able to attend in person or on Zoom. So that's something we would like you to be able to do for every meeting, to get used to using the notes area. And one of the key things, you type in what you want and you save the meeting notes. You also may note there's some, at the very bottom, there's some attachments. So in this case, we have the new role, Sergeant at Arms, and Zoom Master role description in there right now. So look down there for interesting items that might be of assistance. You can sign up for several meetings in advance, and there's a little template looking thing called print, and you highlight on it, it says print multiple meeting sign up sheets. You click on that, it lists the upcoming meetings that are available, and you can click on which ones that you want to include in your little report. You can print it out, or you can just look at what's on there and look through and see what you've signed up for. So for November 15th, I'm signed up as an evaluator, but I also see that there's a general evaluator role open, there's timer role open, and table topic master role open. So if I haven't signed up for a role, I can easily click one of those. And then for those 5 meetings or more that you've clicked, you can just go in and have a look. Okay, I'm signed up there, good. Yep, I'm there. Yeah, I have a role there, and the same for the final meeting. But maybe something changes, like Catherine's indicated that she's not attending, so she hit the no area for the 22nd. So if that something changes, go in and change that. Once you change it to no, you're taken off the agenda, and you help communicate to myself as VP Ed and the Toastmaster what your intents are. Well, there's a quick way to sign up, and it's called the quick roll sign up. It's up on the left side under members only, the second item down just below meeting agendas. So you can go to a meeting, go to November 15th, I'm attending, and I select a role. So timer is available. So I could sign up for a timer, take the role, and then I can go through and I can go to any meeting and once you've looked at, say, the next 5 meetings, you can have a look, decide what you want, go in here and just quickly just go and indicate where you're going. And I should be signed up as timer again for next week's meeting. Where am I here? Oh, yeah, there I am. I changed my mind. Gonna hit the X. I'm out of there. Sometimes it takes a little longer than that to make the change. In order to be able to, I guess, run as efficiently as possible and put on the best show that we can for a meeting, ideally, we need to have every role filled for the next meeting prior to the end of the current meeting. And that way we spend less or no time at the end of the meeting trying to fill meeting roles. Your Vice President of Education and Toastmaster spend a lot less time trying to track people down in their busy lives. And as well, makes a good impression for the guests that come to our meeting if the role is filled and we have a pretty good idea of what the members' plans are for that next meeting. What we can do is to replace that with is just go through the agenda and highlight what is going to be happening. We have Bev as our Toastmaster for next week, or Catherine as our Toastmaster for next week. We have Kevin speaking on whatever the role is, and add a little bit of hype to the meeting once we know that what's going to be happening at the next meeting. Or maybe we have Lauren doing the first role as a timer. Come and support Lauren next week, whatever that might be. I'll be going through, I guess, with the orientation with Lauren this evening, and Connie will be there as well. So we'll go through some of this, and this is what I do for all the new members, but for the existing members and Toastmasters, this will help us to put on a good show. And I guess as a communication organization, make sure we're communicating with each other as to what our intents are for the upcoming meetings. Mr. Toastmaster.